Hey guys, what is up today? Recon Paintball here. Today I'm going to be doing a tech and a review of the Helix mags. I've actually used them a couple times and really used them up for quite a bit and had a lot of experience with this magazine. So I wanted to give my opinion on it. So first of all, I just wanted to get started with teching. So one of the things I actually liked about the Helix magazine is that it has a it doesn't it's a toolless design to open the magazine. So what I'm saying here is that you don't need any tools to open this Helix magazine, which is absolutely great. You know, some magazines actually use tools to open them, and I don't think it's the best thing. But I mean, like for these things, they're just fantastic, and they're actually really simple how to open them, and I'm going to show it to you right now. Okay, so basically we're going to start here is by pushing in the two tabs. So you have one tab here, the other tab here, and basically you got to push it in like this, see here, and also the same thing with the other side, and then basically you're just gonna pull this apart. Wait a second. Okay, there we go. Got it open. See here. Next step, take the spring out. Right here, see the spring. Onto the side. And then basically next, the Helix magazine actually has a nice shell. I actually opened it just a little bit just now. So you see it has a shell. And basically what we're going to do is we're just going to open it here. Now basically this is a part if your Helix mag is dirty or it has some dirt, debris on it, you take a paper towel and wipe it down or something. Paper towels, and I'm just going to wipe it down right here because I actually used these magazines. I haven't actually teched them since last time I played. So basically I'm just going to wipe it down here with a nice hard napkin here. I'm going to do the same for the other side. Alright, now that we got our shells clean, now it's time to put our magazine back together. So all in all, first we have a couple parts here. We got a silver ball. We got I'm not sure what this piece is, but some push thing. I'm not sure what it is, but I'll show you where this actually goes. Then we got spring number 1. Here's our ball detent. Here we have our second spring. Here is, I guess, our spring detent or something like that. Yeah, this is some spring detent that holds the spring back in place. And here is the third spring, which actually pushes up the paintballs up into the marker. Alright, so now to get started, we're going to take the detent and we're going to place it like so, which is right here. Now the way I can tell is actually if you see here, there's a little hole here. So this is actually where the paintballs come out. So you would need to put your detent right here, right where this little crack is right there. And then we're just going to put it right here. And then we're going to also put our first spring, which is right here. I'm going to put it next in between our ball detent and the ledge. So it'd be there, like so. Like basically it should look like this. Maybe just press the detent on the spring a little bit. There you go. That's how it should look like from the detent side. And then basically we're going to move on to this shell, and we're going to put on some of our other parts. So we're going to take this spring detent, and we're going to put it in the back of the magazine, which is right here, because this thing is holding the spring back, or when you cock the spring back, there's a little detent, that keeps the spring from moving forward, so it would be placed like so. Next would be our silver ball with spring number 2, and then it would go like this, pushing or using the spring. Now, I just want to show you for a second that this spring right here. Now, the ball only goes one way up the spring. Now, do not lose this ball. Actually, do not lose any parts for the helix magazine, because these parts are really much like irreplaceable. You're not gonna replace. You can't really replace these parts much unless if you buy a whole new helix magazine, and that's just gonna cause you a hassle. So don't lose any of the parts for your helix magazine. That's like the #1 tip here. Now I'm going to show you how to work the spring with the ball. So here you have a thinner side, and you have a smaller side, and you have a wider side. Now the wider side is meant to hold the ball up, so it would basically look like this, like a nice. It will look like this, just to show you a good example, and it would be placed like so, like this. Right? See here, it should look exactly like that. And then we would take this piece. Now this piece is actually supposed to press against the detent, and it would just go, I think it's here, like so. Next step, we take our 2 halves of the shell and just put them on. So it would go here. So we would just align everything together, and then we would just put it in. So, alright, it should be clamped together like this, exactly how it should look like. Next step, we would take our spring, we would go through here. Now the #1 thing with this spring, make sure that it's aligned out as well as you can. Try to make sure that it's evened out on both sides, because when you put these tabs back on, basically if you want to ever take it back apart or something like that, it's going to be a lot more difficult if your spring was like this instead of it being evened out. So just make sure your springs are evened out so you can put your tabs in very nicely. But we're not actually going to get to that yet, so we're going to put the tabs on the side. Next step, we're going to take the follower spring, which is spring number 3, along with this part right here. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to take the spring, and we're going to, right here, we're going to take the spring, and then we're going to shove it down the mag like this, exactly how it should look like. Alright, now here comes the tricky part, because most of the time when I get to this part, I really screw up a lot by this part, because the parts get really, how do I say, they're really loose and stuff. So if you mess up in this part, then you would basically have to repeat the whole process over until you get this part, and if you screw up again, you would have to keep doing it over and over and over until you get it right. So try not to mess up at this part, because if you do, then you have to repeat the whole process over of what I did, and then it would just be a whole nother hassle doing it. So back to where I was, we're going to take this piece right here. Now we're going to be very careful. I'm going to take it as small as we can, and we're going to stuff it back in. perfect. Your helix magazine should look like this. Exactly, inside this is exactly how it should look like when you put it back together. And now the last step is to take the tabs, tab 1, tab number 2, try to make sure they're evened out nicely. Okay, there you go. It should look like this. And then take your both tabs, squeeze them together, like so. Just squeeze them together. Make sure they're evened out also. Then last step, we take our shell. So just making sure this is evened out. And then the finishing touch is to just basically push it together like that. And that's it. You're done your tech. Now sometimes the reason why you would need to open your helix magazine is, one reason is because it gets dirt and debris every single time you play and you load paintballs in there, and maybe they got dirty or something, or maybe the paint melted inside. So basically you would have to clean out all the dirt, debris, or maybe splattered or hot paint, especially in a colored black magazine in the heat. You know, like black, the color black attracts heat a lot. So when you're playing paintball out there in the summer and you're using a black conversion kit or 468, whatever it is, with helix magazines that are exactly this color, they're going to attract heat, and maybe your paintballs are going to melt inside, and maybe you're going to run into some big problems. Number 2 is sometimes the helix magazine could be very sensitive in a way, especially with the follower up here. Sometimes when I actually load it up, it happened to me many times, the follower just falls apart, and then I need to put it back together by taking the whole helix magazine back apart and putting it back together. And now I'm actually going to really much state my review, so stay tuned. Alright guys, now that I checked the helix magazine, now I will be giving my opinion and review on it. So my bad experiences with the helix magazine is that the parts in here were very sensitive. When you shake around the helix magazine, or you maybe insert them into your gun without any paintballs, inside, cocked back, the follower would always come out and will just fall apart, and then you would need to open up your helix magazine and you would need to tech it all over again. So wasn't the best thing, because parts are very sensitive in here. The shell is pretty good. It's made out of hard plastic, so it's pretty durable. Price is around $20 per each magazine. So yes, these magazines do come at a decent price, a decent, well cheap price. Next thing is the helix magazines actually do have a great customization. You could get these in many different colors now, since Rap4 came out with outer plastic shells. You can get them in green, tan, smoke, and see-through. So that is pretty great for a magazine. I'm seeing like no one has ever came up with magazine outer shells that have many different colors. I mean, I haven't seen Tiberius make magazines like that. I haven't seen Milsig do magazines like that. I have seen Milsig do magazines that were black and smoke, but I haven't seen them do it in many different colors. So durability, as far as durability goes, if you do drop it on the floor or something, maybe you'll accidentally, some parts might fall out. It'll mostly just be the follower right here. Or if you accidentally drop it too hard, maybe the shell will accidentally crack. So even though it does come with some durability, you would still need to take care of it. Put it in a dump pouch or a pocket, or try to put it in something, or not even put it like nicely down on the ground and then just come back and pick it up. Most likely just something like that, because you don't want to drop it, you don't want to throw this thing around. It's not like you like it's somewhat durable, but it's not like the best durability. For hard enough, these probably will eventually break. Now, as far as feeding paintballs, it does not feed that smooth. I've seen the D-mags actually work a lot more smoother than the helix magazines. But however, the helix magazines do feed in tough or bad paints, or paints that could misshapen or something. Even though you shouldn't be loading such paint, but yes, this does take such paint, or it could take such paint. But other than that, that's really much I have to say about the Helix magazine. But other than that, it's a pretty decent magazine. I think its price is decent. Now it actually comes in great customization, and it also works pretty well. I'm saying it doesn't work as well as the D-Mag, but, well, that's my opinion. But saying maybe some people might think that the Helix Mag might work better, but my preference is that these magazines are still pretty good. They need a little bit more wear and tear, but I'll actually still be using these on the field. I'm not switching to D-Mags anytime soon, so I will probably keep sticking to these, but and that is most likely it.